Hey guys, I'm out front right now and it is super duper cold. I just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of go inside and do just a little tour of our inside decorations. I've showed you guys the outside quite a few times now, and I'm just going to kind of do a little walk around and maybe talk about a couple of the decorations and things that are inside the house. Welcome to my home. There's my little doormat that I love. Much better, much warmer in here. Okay, so we walk right into our living room where I try and make it especially cozy as soon as you come in. And here's our banister, which I kind of just draped around some preserved boxwood, and I added the burgundy dark red kind of bows that match the ones that are outside. Here is some salt glazed pottery I collect, and little Santa figure by Bethany Lowe. And we have a little mailbox here, and it's so fun. The boys will put little notes or things that they want for Santa to have on Christmas morning, and then if the boys are good, you know, that flag will be up and maybe they'll get a little candy cane or a treat from Santa in the mailbox on Christmas morning. I've been doing that a few years, and it's just a really fun and kind of special thing to do with the boys. And over here is my, can't forget my little Joy Boxwood. That is by Mackenzie Childs. I got that a few years ago online, and for being preserved, it's holding up fantastically. These are all real greens that have been preserved, and I just store it in a tote every year, and it looks as good as the day I got it. Just a little collection here. I like to put Santa hats on things I have around the house. So you'll see that recurring theme. It just kind of, I think, is very cute. And here's some plants on our windowsill. I've got some lemon cypress here. I picked those up at Bloomers the other day, guys. I posted that tour I did of Bloomers Nursery in Washington Township, and I picked these lemon cypress up there. This is from Passiflora Kalamazoo. It's an ivy ring. An angel vine, I'm sorry. And just another little retro Santa here. My favorite Campania International little bird, another lemon cypress. I've got these really cute, I don't know how well you can see them in the daylight, but these little pine cones, I just turned them on from Gardener Supply Company, and boy, they just give such a nice warm glow in the evening. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna move along because I'm chatty, guys. So let's go. Let's see. I've just got a couple little stockings here. Those aren't the main stockings. Those are more just decorative, you know, maybe some little candies or treats in there. I like snowmen very much, so you'll see a lot of snowmen around. I love the Colonial theme with the fruits and pineapples and things, so I kind of try and repeat that throughout as well. And just here, this is actually our Apple TV, and we have trimmed it out. My husband did. He cut some trim pieces and made like a picture frame for our Apple TV, and I just love it. So when we aren't watching the television, it's not just a black rectangle hanging there. He just took some measurements and boxed it and trimmed it out, painted it a color that I selected, and we'll even do things like for the boys' birthdays, we'll put like a little photo collage of them up and, you know, say happy birthday with their age up there, and it's just a really fun, sweet thing to do. And that's our piano. I took piano lessons as an adult in my 30s. I am not good, and I have since forgotten everything. I took lessons for about 4 years, and I was actually in recitals with children. So it's interesting. It's never too late, guys. I played Close to You by the Carpenters in one recital and Hey Jude by the Beatles in another. So never too late. And I may go back once my schedule lightens up a little bit. Been very busy days, which is a good thing. Okay, so here is our tree and our fireplace. which I am going to be retiling, guys. Shoot, I should have pulled the tile out to show you guys, but it's going to be like a Delft pattern, blue and white. We ordered them in England. They were custom made and just beautiful. I really love like English cottage style and that whole vibe. And honestly, in person, this fireplace is much darker, and I think that the light color tile is really going to just enhance everything. And it's not going to be all tile. It's just going to be around the perimeter of like birds and fruit and baskets, all things I love. And then a wooden surround with some dental moldings and things around the rest of it. So it's not going to be all tile, and you know, I'm going to make it warm and cozy, guys. You'll see. Okay, so here's our tree. We get a live tree every year. We go to Exley's Tree Farm. I love star tree toppers, and I searched high and low until I found one I loved. And this one is from Balsam Hill. I've had it for about maybe 4 years now, and they still do sell this tree topper, which I just think is so beautiful. I love stars. And then I was saying on Facebook, I love a tree of memories. I don't really have a theme. My theme is memories. Ornaments I've collected through the years, things that are just special to me and speak to me. Things that my parents have given to me, my family who has passed. And it's a reflective thing for me. And I just look at it and it just gives me such warm and wonderful feelings through the Christmas season. One thing I do love is I have these, I love like the Luminara moving flame candles. And I do have those all throughout the tree, which I think gives it such a special sparkle. And what I'll do is at the end of this video, I'll wait until the evening and take a little bit of video of this at night, because it really does sparkle and shine so beautifully. I can't tell you where I got these because I got them about 10 years. Well, I can tell you I got them about 10 years ago, maybe less, maybe about 8 years ago on eBay. I have not seen them since. I don't know if they're still carried, but they were by Luminara. And at the time when I was shopping for them, they were very expensive. I think there's like 6 or 7 candles per string. So I waited until after Christmas, and I found a whole bunch on eBay. And I think I got like 5 sets at a very reasonable price. So do those sorts of things, guys. Keep an eye out after the holidays and look for those special things, because then you can use them year after year after year. And it's just a joy. These are LED, so for 8 years going strong, and I just absolutely love them. Isn't that so pretty? That's that little kind of click you can hear too. It took me a while to get used to that, because you can hear the flame kind of clicking and moving, how those candles make that little sound, but it's so worth it and it's so beautiful. Let me show you my favorite ornament. So this one is from 1977. And I am also from 1977. This ornament was on my parents' tree when I was a little girl. And I can still remember going over and spinning the people around. And I just loved it. And when I moved in here, my mother gave me this to put on our Christmas tree. And it just takes me back. It makes me so happy. Oh, and you know what I did want to mention? I had quite a few people, actually. It was funny, asking me if I was the one that gave Laura from Garden Answer the Santa Claus for Benjamin. And yes, that was me. So we got this little Santa here maybe 8 years ago. I actually had it before the boys were around, because I just like little gadgets and, you know, light timers and musical things. And I'm a tech geek, and I really like that kind of thing. So we had this when the boys were born, and they just love it. And this will blow out the entire string of lights on your tree. If you had it hooked up outside, you know, it plugs into the outlet, and then you blow the candle and the lights go off. I'll see if I can do it. Hold on. There we go. And then you blow it again, and they come on. I just think that is the coolest thing ever. And it's such a fun thing for children and adults. I got ours at Home Depot online, but I've seen them on Amazon. It's by Mr. Christmas, and I think it's called Magic Lights Santa. I'm not sure, but if you looked up Mr. Christmas Santa Claus on Home Depot, it's still there, and on Amazon. So I was so happy to watch that video of her unboxing all those beautiful gifts. It kind of makes me misty, you know. I've been following them since the very beginning, and every year I do send them a little ornament. And with Benjamin being there, I thought he would really enjoy that Santa and make some fun memories there. Okay, so I'm just gonna swing around here. So we have our 2 windows here on either side of the fireplace. And I just do something really simple. This year I went with some of the waxed amaryllis from Gardener Supply Company. And these are the ones that have like a little velvety coating on them. And what's great about these is they require no maintenance whatsoever, like literally no maintenance. I put those plant trays down and I just put the amaryllis on top, and that was it. All the proper nutrients, water, everything that it needs is inside this bulb, and you literally do not have to touch it again. So that's pretty fantastic, especially in a spot like this. Like, I don't want to be climbing over chairs and knocking over garland to try and water these amaryllis up in these windows. So in this spot, it's just a perfect option for me. First year for me, and I will definitely be getting those in the future. So then I just put a couple little galvanized houses, and they do light up. And I love the salt glazed pottery, so I'll have that, you know, on most shelves that you see in our house. And some of the preserved boxwood wreaths there in the windows too. And then this garland is actually the same exact garland that I have draped around the front porch. And I just went along and tucked in some kind of very vintagey looking sparkly little drum and apples. They just remind me of kind of the decor that my parents had when I was little, and I just really like that. I really like to kind of harken back and bring up the memories and all those good feelings during the holidays, which is another reason. Okay, so that's why I have this painting here. Quick story, because see, here I am, I'm getting chatty. When I was 17 years old, I worked at the Deptford Mall in New Jersey, and I worked at Sears. Every time I got a paycheck, I would go to Deck the Walls, and I put a little money down, and I put this particular painting on layaway for my mom and dad. I remember being so just pleased and proud and happy with myself for buying them that print. I knew they would love it, and they do love it, and it's still in their living room to this day and makes me happy. So I saw that on a really good price last year, and I picked one up for us. That we keep that up in the fall and at Christmas time, and then I have a still life that I swap out for the spring and summer. These are all on those Wemo timers. Basically everything in the house is on a timer. And here's the other amaryllis. You can see it's got 2 bloom stalks going on there, and just some little pillows and a throw that my mom and dad gave me. And I got this poinsettia from Bloomers yesterday as well. And you know what? You guys know I have these satin glass lanterns that I had outside during some of my garden tours. I saw they posted these with ornaments inside. Look at this, guys. So at night, I'll turn these on so I can show you when I turn on the tree at night as well. But look how cool that is. I immediately ran over and grabbed some Christmas ornaments and put them inside because I thought it was such a cool idea. These are solar powered. These have held a charge inside for quite a while. Ambient lighting to tuck in places where it can be kind of dark. I just love it. Okay, so now I'm going to come into our dining room. Our dining room table, I got the little mistletoe here. Our dining room table is where I do mostly everything. I would love to use the secretary that we just walked past, but it just ends up being my go-to spot to do cards and gifts and just everything. So it is what it is. So I make the space as cozy and inviting as I can. I work from home, so I try and do that with the garden and with the inside so that I feel very comfortable and happy when I'm inside and outside, since I spend so much time in here. So you'll see I just kind of wrap around like a little wreath around our chandelier with some little jingle bells. Look how great this is doing, guys. And I can't wait to see it bloom. It really is just a beautiful centerpiece. And my husband always jokes and says, like I told you, I put Christmas hats on some things. You know it's Christmas when the goose is wearing his Santa hat. So it's Christmas, guys. And then I just have this little skinny tree, kind of like a primitive little Christmas tree here with some candles and some garden items. my little beast gap. I didn't want to put that away. I love it. And a little boxwood wreath. This is the terrarium from Gardener Supply. And I put the beautiful ferns that you saw me unboxing from Little Prince of Oregon in a video a few weeks ago. Those are inside here and they are doing just wonderful. They like their new home. I've got some paperweights in a little copper tray from Gardener Supply down here. They're stretching a bit because I do have them a bit away from the light. But then I've got the ones in the tureen that I planted up in a video as well. And they are starting to bloom. Beautiful. Nothing like having live plants, cut flowers, any type of living, pretty plants in your house during the holidays. It just is such a warming thing to me. You know I love my plants in my garden. And then I just have little knickknacks, little reindeer. The reindeer I got from Groff's. That was my mother gifted me that. Thank you, Mom. One of the little things we took home when we did the tour the other day. I love my Nativity so very much. We celebrate Jesus in this house and we just love this Nativity. It is the one thing that I hold dear. If there were no other decorations or symbols of Christmas, this would be what would come out for me. This is the Lennox Jewels collection, and I got this about 20 years ago. The stable itself is from Lennox, and my parents gifted this to me about 20 years ago, and through the years, it just started out with the Holy Family, and then through the years, they would, in my Christmas gifts, add another piece through the years, and it's just so special to me, and I love it. Baby Jesus right now is away, and we will be putting him out with the boys on Christmas Eve. And then I have another Colonial style wreath up here. And now I'll show you our kitchen. So we definitely don't have a very large kitchen, but it is just right and just cozy enough for me and for our boys and our family. We love it. I just added this beautiful wrought iron chandelier. You guys know I love country cottage, English cottage style. So I'll do a lot of things like that. I just added a hook into the ceiling there and have it coming down with a little boxwood wreath and some faux pomanders that look exceptionally real, I must say. I got those actually at Bloomers, which I visited the other day. I got those about 2 or 3 years ago and they look fantastic. You'll see I have the boxwood wreaths in the cabinets up here with the glass. And then I love this paper chain. I added that a few years ago. That to me is just so English cottage and cozy. I love that look. And I do love to keep plants in the kitchen. I got this cyclamen at Bloomers. And these are Myrtle Topiary. Those are from MY Topiary. You could find them on Instagram. And this is another one from MY Topiary right there. It's a myrtle. That's a cyclamen from a local greenhouse, Moore's Greenhouse, local to me. And this is an ivy ring from Passiflora, Kalamazoo. And all of these things are doing wonderfully in here. I'm not seeing any stress to the plants. Just a little sunshine, a little water, and a little love, and they're doing good. Okay, so over this way, I have some dried orange slices just kind of draped around on a little plate rack. I like transferware and spode. I collect a lot of things like that too. And just another fruit holiday wreath on our, it says pantry, and it's really the entry to our basement. We have a couple wire racks with canned goods and snacks and cereals, if you want to call that a pantry, but it's actually the entryway to our basement. And just a little wreath up there. And some little decorations. Okay, so here is our fireplace in our family room. We really keep things very simple back here. We've got the 4 and the 6-year-old boys. So, you know, I don't deck it out very formally or very, you know, with things that I would be super upset about if they grab them. Well, that's not necessarily true, because if that butter churn went flying, I'd be quite upset. But it's been there for years and they don't touch it. So we're all good. Anyhow, this fireplace, I want to mention, is completely replicated by someone I admire and follow on Instagram and Facebook, Courtney over at Golden Boys and Me. I started following her years ago when we put this family room on, and she was kind enough to give me a whole punch list of all the supplies that they used for their fireplace, and we basically recreated the whole thing. This is wood burning, and I just love it. It is so cozy. In fact, it's so chilly out right now, I wish I had a fire going. Oh, you can probably see in the reflection in the fireplace, I've got 2 big stuffed doggies here. Okay, so here is the top of the mantle. And I got this little village from Balsam Hill this year. The last I checked, it was on back order, but you might get lucky if you're interested in that. And then let me show you this, guys. This is also from Mr. Christmas. Mr. Christmas is awesome. That's my doormat, the blowout Santa, and the tree. And then these guys too, check this out. I love these. My boys get such a kick out of these. I think it plays something like 15 songs, and it is battery operated or AC adapter, and it's just so fun and cute and whimsical. It just makes me smile. I got this on eBay because, you know, these Christmas items are kind of here today and gone tomorrow, and if you don't snap them up when you see them, they're just gone. So got that on eBay, and it's called Santa's Marching Band. So if you go on eBay and you look up Santa's Marching Band, Mr. Christmas, you will see these. There's lots of different varieties and lots of styles, but they're really just a sweet accent for Christmas. And then there's just our little hallway here with some seasonal prints. We've got the window box on the other side there of the window that has the pancake arborvitae and the dried hydrangeas and some berries and different things I've got up there. But that's it, guys. Little boot tray, umbrella stand, just a cozy space for our family to gather and play games and for the boys to have fun with all their things. So I just want to take this opportunity to say it's been 6 months since my very first video. And that first video I posted kind of just on a whim. You know, my son said he wanted to be on YouTube. He's 6. And I said, no, I don't think so. But I said, I'll maybe do some videos in the garden. And he was excited about that. So that's kind of how this whole thing started. And 6 months has gone by in a flash. I feel like I know some of you like friends. I've had some ornaments sent to me from Australia. Thank you so much, Leandra. And some seeds sent from Peggy in Florida. Just friendships I've built. Kerry, you know, you guys are all special to me. And Merry Christmas from our home to yours, and a Happy New Year filled with good health, joy, abundance, and memories with those you love.